Alright, so I'm doing this in video format just because it's easier for me to do than usually we'd use like Flow Feedback, which is a website where we can annotate like certain parts of the video and give tips for it, and we could probably do that in the future. But I felt like this would be easier for me to do right now just because I could just talk. So this is fine. Just know that you could always jump cancel your jump A. You could double jump 8, drift backwards, and fall with a jump B. Pretty safe. It's fine. Maybe you're trying to dash the other way. You gotta back dash. That's fine. So yeah, you can't really use dive, A dive, or B dive against Coma because he has a different wake up timing. Let me show you real quick. So when you knock Coma down, if you do this, it whiffs. So you don't, like, because Coma wakes up slow, your proper safe jump just doesn't work. And again, like, after you do like whatever into air throw, like, you're not going to be able to do B dive or A dive. So B dive will just miss because Coma wakes up slow. So if you do either dive, they'll know to just mash because both dives will just miss. So if you get an air throw ender, you just run basic meaties. You do 2B flicker. Since he wakes up slow, you could dash up all the way. At a spacing, you could do this, which is like a little, like, fun little frame trap. 2B command's good. Anyway, whatever. So the safe jump against Coma is, whoops. This dash jump 9C. So he won't be able to escape that. This also is the safe jump against Reese and against Aoko. So you will bait their DPs. Of course, Coma, though, his DPs are different. So real quick, I'll go over that. So Coma has this, the Stomp, which gives him armor, right? So if you see him use the Stomp on Wake Up, oh wait, meter. You can throw it on reaction. Otherwise, you're gonna get hit. His other reversal is his grab. F Coma's grab is actually really fast, 1 frame. So you have to get used to noticing the visual difference. So if you see it, yeah, you're gonna have to jump or like delay your fall or something. So like, say you're doing like something like this, like, you don't want to land because he'll grab you. All right, let's go back to the video. Yeah, this is kind of fucked up. He has left right. He gets left right mix-ups. Yeah, good block. You can try to disrespect some of these strings. Like, if he does the third Rekka, his Rekkas are all minus, right? So, like, if he does 2 Rekkas, nothing, it's, like, minus a lot. 3 Rekkas, still minus. So, if you do block it, it is your turn. It's okay. There is some clash that you could do with it, but he has I'm pretty sure he has a low option. I've been fighting more C coma recently. That's why I'm remembering the low option. Yeah, nice poke out. Really nice poke out. And that was a good whiff punish. You missed the IAD, but it's fine. So you don't have to like necessarily chase the air tech this hard. Like you could just move forward, like dash 5A, claim space, and just watch for the tech. Watch what he'll do after the tech. Maybe put out a, like say you're here and he's teching, you do like a jump 7B to cover if he moves forward. Or you could just wait for him to like fall at you. You could do jump 8 or jump 8A, double jump 7 and fall with a jump B. Or double jump 8, drift backwards, fall with a jump E. Or again, like wait on the ground. If he flies at you, you could either dash under 5C, charge 5C if the angle's right, or if he's kind of above you, there's charge 4B. All of this like comes with time and experience. Like anti-airing with CL is not necessarily easy because you have to be able to understand all the different spacings that her buttons are most optimally used. So a lot of times, like I noticed when I was watching this, there was a lot of backdashes in neutral. A lot of times when you're backdashing in neutral, you should instead be doing air dash back jump B. For the main reason is because when you backdash in neutral, you're just in recovery, and so she does like a whole backflip and then she's in recovery, so you get punished. Or if you don't get punished, you still lose your turn because you're in recovery. If you do an air dash back jump B, you're putting out a hitbox for one, and two, when you land you have 0 recovery. So full moon has no recovery on their jumps, and when you air dash you have to press a button to reduce your recovery and it'll make it 0. So if you do air dash back jump B, you're putting out a really nice hitbox and you will land and be able to play. Yeah, this was fine. This was really good. So even though you whiffed, like he retreated to the corner, it's still your turn. Yeah, oh yeah. Remember how they told you 5C is bad? Look at that bullshit. You were able to whiff a 5C right here, and you still had enough time to recover and guard. Yeah, don't let people tell you that 5C is bad. So once you block this, yeah, like you're okay. Yeah, don't need to jump. That's fine. Whatever gimmick. We're mostly gonna focus on neutral and like fundamentals. Yeah, you don't need to fly forward with a jumpy. Like CL doesn't have to like be an aggressor in the air. You don't have to engage in air footsies. So like right here, you could do up keys. And when you use up keys, I notice a lot of time you don't use the follow up, and it's okay if like you're fighting Coma and he's like all the way over here or whatever. But a lot of times people will threaten your ground, so you have to be really paranoid with FCL. So when you throw your up keys, always be ready to throw the down keys after. And just in case like someone clears the keys, both the up and the down keys, you can use your meter to escape. So the 214C follow up is EX cancelable. So you could like 623C to like just zoom across the screen and be safe. So here at like the spacing, you could like try throwing out a flicker. A flicker is fine here. Yeah, this is going to be a little more advanced, but like say you get them guarding in the air like this, you could land and press 5A4C and you probably guard break him. Yeah. Yeah, you would hit him. So yeah, that's another spot. Air dash back jump B instead. Yeah, A key you don't want to use in mid range. A key is pretty much like full screen only move because it has a lot of recovery, and like they can easily like air dash over it and kill you. So you got this to work, but you didn't need to do it, but we'll allow it. Yeah, that's another spot where when you landed 5A 4C would have killed him. Because he didn't double jump or anything. Like, yeah, you would have got him. Nice. Black key? Yeah. Overhead. Yeah, after the flicker, you did B flicker, right? B flicker is +2 on guard. It's still your turn. There's no reason for you to leave. So he chose to jump after. If you did B flicker 2 times, he would have got hit. B flicker into A flicker is also really common. A flicker will catch people like trying to mash or move forward or whatever. The backdash put you in bad spot. He could have air dashed forward and killed you. But he's choosing to play it safe. Now he's flying forward. Okay. He's just scouting. Yeah. The jump B. I don't know about the jump B. This is good. So the other thing is when you charge for meter, try to only use it as a tap, right? Because if you hold it, it increases the recovery a lot. If you just tap it, it's perfectly fine to just tap it and then gauge a response from your opponent. Because tapping it has much less recovery. So yeah, you got to practice this too. If you hit A key, what you want to do is like go full screen in training mode, set the dummy to random guard, and just do A key, dash forward. On hit, you do 623C after the forward dash, and then confirm the combo. If they guard, you dash forward, IAD back jump B. It's definitely something worth practicing. So here, since you chose to not confirm the super, which is perfectly fine because you would have gone down to like 50 meter, whatever. So in my opinion, when you chase after 214A hits from far, let me go back like 2 seconds. So right here where it hits, right? What you did was fine, but you should have cut it short right here. So say like right here, you should have did jump 2C. Jump 2C. So if he forward teched, you would hit the forward tech. Like say probably right here. You would hit the forward tech, you cover for ground neutral tech, and if he back techs, that's fine. You let him back tech. Because now he's cornered and you have the positional advantage. So here it's a little scary. Yeah, like you gotta watch the back. This is like all like basic stuff that you'll get over time because you were at advantage once he jumped. But I'm seeing that you just don't want to engage in like crazy scrambles. Yeah, like you're just like, give me space. But you see why backdash is not working out. Like your backdash actually got punished here. Yep. 2-2, his meaty 2-2 stuff is pretty good. So you're not going to be able to disrespect it. Yeah, it was a nice attempt to try to mash out. So again, like your common mash out options, like it was good that you guarded actually, but say you do 5A, what you want to do when you do 5A, you want to do 5A 4C as a mash out. The reason why is because it'll cover them re-dashing at you. So 5A 4C will hit them dashing back in. And if they choose to IED, you'll hit their air dash. So it covers 2 things at once. So it's a pretty good mash out option. And I told you other times how, and I saw it in this video, how you saw at a further range, you tried 623A. If it's like an even further range, you could do 236A as well. It's fine. But yeah, the 5A 4C is pretty good. Oh, we lived? Okay. So this is important, the air tech situations. So this is like anime fundamental shit and like Melty Blood fundamentals. So when you air tech, you have all, like since you got hit on the ground and you air tech, you still have all your air options. So you still have double jump, you still have air dash. So what you could do here is jump backwards, jump 7, and super double jump out of the corner. So you would do jump 7, 191. That would be the input on your keypad or whatever. And the reason why you do 191 is because when you input your super jump, you want it to have a guard underneath it. That's why there's the 1 after the 19. So if you would sail over his head, and if he chooses to like jump and press a jump A, you'll immediately guard. And if that situation does occur where you have to guard, you'll still have the air dash. So you could like air dash back and do like a jump to C or jump B, whatever you want. And going back a second, if you do manage to sail over his head, you still will have your air dash left and your FCL as well. So if you want, you could sail over, air dash, and then fucking do like A dive, jump 236A. You're on the other side of the screen. Yeah, you need to all these backdash to neutral, air dash back B. Yeah, keys is fine. You need to throw the follow-up keys at like this kind of a spacing, just in case. You never know. Yeah, you don't need to do crazy air dashes. It's okay. Or I mean, crazy air throw attempts. You know, it's not necessary with this character. Like Coma, even though the time was low, like so, I understand you were feeling pressured. So 214B is not like necessarily like an anti-air, because you know you could just get counter hit. And it is like a zoning tool. I saw that mentioned, yeah. But here you got the special counter hit state. Well, because all of your keys hit him at the same time. So he got put in high counter state. When you see some shit like this, you could actually dash up and do like a charge 4B and pick up with like whatever you want. But it's okay to just do a basic combo. Yeah, so B flicker +2. That's still your turn. Keep it going. Like your turn should only be over if you use 236A. And I'll get into shit like that later. Yeah, so his 2B is a real anti-air. So this is a good anti-air from him. So you already used one jump, but when you tech here, you still have a jump and an air dash left. So you could jump, air dash to get out, instead of just falling with a button. Like, you generally just want to always be safe in this game. So you probably are going to want to use your remaining air options after you air tech. Yeah, it's like when you whiff, you have to, like, let me show it again. Like, as soon as you whiff here, you have to understand that the only options now that you have left are block, shield, backdash, and possibly a 2-2B. Buttons at this point are not going to happen. But this is something that'll come with experience. Like, awareness of, like, shit like this is not something you pick up immediately as a new player. So Coma can infinitely fucking combo you here. So what you need to do is you have to ground tech eventually. Yeah. You have to fucking tech. It's actually fucked up. So here when you air tech, again, it's the same concept. Maybe like double jump, super double jump out, and get the fuck out of there. But like, you can't air tech. Yeah, nice air dash out. Okay. Alright, but yeah, you didn't need to fly around. You at that point, you could have just kept playing FCL. Yeah, round start. If you find yourself in an awkward position on round start, you feel like people are like crowding you, like before the round starts, you can you can fly away. Like, say like before fight appears, like a little bit before fight appears, like just super jump to the top of the screen and be like, all right, like you're not going to be all up on top of me. And you could use your air options, like you use air key, double jump, whatever. But yeah, when he's like already on top of you and it says fight, there's not much you could do. Like, you weren't in a good spot to contest there. Ooh. Right here. After this, I would have did flicker. A flicker. Yeah, so you need to use the 2 and 4C follow-up. Because there's a really high possibility he would have just ate the 2 and 4C. Yeah, that was another flicker spot in my opinion. Even though he did the armor shit, like whatever. You know, like all your flickers are actually EX cancelable until the very end of their recovery. So there is shit you could do to save yourself, just in case like someone like powers through a flicker or whatever. Oh, you got lucky here. So like after a regular throw, like forward jump against Coma might be okay, but because he wakes up slow, but generally you could just run like basic stuff. And yeah, there's ways to blow up shield counter. I sent you the clashing intro video. That one will definitely show a lot of ways to destroy that. Yeah, he's gonna infinite you. You have to ground tech. Yeah, and again, like air tech and use your movement. Nice. Look at that damage you get. Like almost 5k for like a baby combo. Yeah, people aren't going to respect the A dive. Especially like we've seen him already mash it. Yeah, you can't like gorilla on H Satsuki. You could actually like keep her out pretty well. So when you see this, this move is jump cancelable for Satsuki. So immediately he does IED. What you could do is dash guard. CL's dash, like low profile, is like everything. So I like to dash guard after this and then react to whatever they do. If you dashed under, you would have been able to dash under and do 5C 236A. 5C 236A would trip guard her, and then you can fucking boot camp OTG into safe jump in the corner. This string is not real. So when he's doing this, you could just input bunker. Input bunker, it'll cost you 50 meter. It'll hit her. Satsuki, in order to make this safe, she needs to be like standing here. She needs to be standing here. FCL's bunker reaches this far. You'll be out of this, and not only that, you'll make him auto spark. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna need to practice EX guarding too. So when someone does like a multi-hit super, just keep tapping down back. You'll EX guard all the hits. Yeah, again, the air tech, use your movement to get out. So right here, there's a couple of things you could have done. So you have this little bit of red health. You probably want it back, so you can use initiative heat since you're in max. So 2 things. There's a baby combo you could learn. So right here after jump BC, when you do 2-2B, you can hit all ABC, or you could hit E. You'll IH after the 2-2B, and then you could do jump BC, 2-2B, air throw again. Or after the air throw, you can wait a split, like a tiny split second, hold, and you can dash. Well, you could IH dash forward, air dash forward. So you can like tap, just keep tapping forward and double tap fucking ABC, and you'll IH and immediately air dash forward after your air throw. You could practice that as well. And if you do that, you'll probably get a safe jump. So let's assume here you could, even though like this black key like it left you with this tiny amount of max, you could still IH 236A IH. Like, you want this health back, you'll get that health back immediately. So I have to send you a clip of all of CL's IHable moves. I do have that ready, actually. This is kind of unfortunate. So yeah, you gotta understand. This is why, like, understanding CL spacing is important. So, like, this was too close for the 5C. Like, you could tell from at this point. If you did 4B here, it would have worked. If you did dash under 5C, it would have worked. If you did jump 7B, or immediate jump 7B, you would have killed her. You probably could have blocked there too, but you probably were like, whoa, why am I on this side? Yeah, so if you do a jump A like that, jump cancel with a jump 8 or a jump 7. Like, if you do jump 8, drift backwards. If you do jump 7, and you'll whatever, you'll still have an air dash as well. Generally, you just want to, like, keep the space rather than being, like, too aggressive. Like, so after you super jump forward, there's no reason to keep going forward. And yeah, you gotta watch the back dashes. Remember what we said earlier. Yeah, so I sent you the string theory video as well. It should help you get a good concept of how to pressure. So these sonic booms, he's doing them at a height that you could dash under them. Generally, I think Satsuki in this matchup wants to place them very low, just to make sure CL cannot dash under. Like, you can also clash the sonic boom, but because Satsuki kind of moves backwards afterwards, it's not like too recommended to try to 5C against charge sonic boom in the air. You see how like she floated backwards? Actually, what he did there was try to anti-air you. Satsuki's 5C is also another good grounded anti-air in this game. Like, don't let people tell you there aren't grounded anti-airs in this game. Yeah, you got really unlucky there, because 4B actually doesn't have a fucking hurt box on the toes, but you got hit on the later frames of it. Yeah, so on defense, like, it's okay to get hit, and it's okay to, like, block. Like, when you're fighting a character you're not familiar with, just try to get used to what they do first. Even, it's okay to even get guard broken. Like, it's okay. Like, it's all a learning process, right? Yeah, I would have 2-2B'd that shit. that was not a safe jump. Yeah, you have to, like, show a little patience, because you need to understand, like, what they're doing. Like, you're not going to understand where the escape points are until you've seen what the strings are like. Yeah, and right there, that's another... This is really important. I think, like, once you get a grasp of this stuff, you'll be fine. So you did back tech here, but you just fell. Like, you still had all your air options, so make sure you use them. Yeah, you don't need to flash kick. Like, flash kick in this kind of a spot is too high risk. So flash kick generally is used as like a last minute adjustment. You will probably understand flash kicks. It'll probably take a couple months to understand like where to really use flash kick properly. Yeah, after you did the flash kick, you didn't need to do the jump back. You just wait on the ground because they could ground tech, and you would want to be able to either punish the ground tech or maintain your pressure. By jumping, you gave him a chance to actually escape. Yeah, that was a really nice dash under. That was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, that's why like Sonic Boom is not something you want to try charge 5C against. Just because like look how she barely fucking missed you. And she went over the clash box actually, so yeah. It's good to try it because you need to understand like where it's good, where it's not good, etc. Yep. And when Satsuki players are in heat, they love doing the fucking EX grab. Yeah, so he's doing these jump back Sonic Booms, which are super safe. So if you did a reversal, like a DP or something, the projectile part would just kill you. And she would just be completely safe. It's right here when you land. Oh man. This is it. That's the charge 5C spot. So he did the ultimate fucking... I don't know, I think you're in Europe, right? But this is the American move. This is what we've dubbed the Americano. So this is full screen. He did super jump, double jump, air dash. He has used every one of his air options. The only thing I have left is air dodge, but whatever. So, and you're in the perfect... This is perfect 5C spot. You would have murdered him here. So you positioned yourself properly. You waited for the air approach, but you need to choose the correct option. Yeah, so good air guard here, but what you need to do... It's what I said earlier. Jump 7, super double jump. So you did jump 7. If you do super double jump here, you're out. You're out. But since you fell, he guard broke you. He guard broke you with 5A. 5A, 5C, which is actually really good of him. 5A, 5C is the perfect guard break string for H Satsuki. Yeah, you need to just chill. So, right here, you should have just chilled. This would be a spot to throw up key, down key, up key, down key. Maybe an A key since you were like almost full screen. Since you jumped forward here, I would probably have done like a jump A and then double jumped. Just to like stay over here and then be able to account for a flying Satsuki. So if you did like a double jump 7 right now into a jump B, Yeah. See, he retreated, assuming like some shit like that would happen. Oh, but this is why you stay on the ground. This is why you stay on the ground. So right here, let me go back a few frames. You were, again, in a really good spot to kill him. So here, if you do jump, you want to do immediate jump 7B. Jump 7B, this bitch would get swatted. Yeah, this could have been any anti-air. Any anti-air would have worked. Every single one of them would have worked here. Dash under, 4B probably would work. Charge 5C, possibly. Depending on the spacing, because it looked like maybe she would get on top of your head if you were standing here. I'd have to see what would it look like if you were here. But yeah. Again, air tech, you need to use your movement. Watch the backdashes in neutral. Look like a misinput. So there's a lot of like common themes that I'm seeing so far. So I'm not gonna like keep repeating the same thing. I don't want the video to be like too long. Yeah, again, I just said I'm not gonna repeat it, but let's drive the point home. Like, try to practice working on your movement after an air tech. So what you could do is set up the dummy to do an air combo, but then drop it. Like, say like they do like whatever on the ground, jump BC, and then jump BC and then just nothing. So then you could practice different air techs. So like you could air tech, super jump, air tech double jump, super air tech double jump, super jump. You know, there's a lot of different ways you can mess around. And as you keep practicing these movements, you'll see people start countering them. So you'll be able to like call more audibles and practice even more different ways to move afterwards. Because like once people start baiting like your air tech to escape the corner, they're gonna like move backwards and maybe wait over here to catch you landing over here. So down the line, once people start recognizing that, you might have to like tech, super jump, but then immediately air dash back into the corner. So they could be over here and you could be safely over here. Because the goal all the time isn't to get your turn back. It's just to tech and land safely. So like escaping the corner obviously is really nice. But even then, like sometimes when you escape the corner, they can read it and chase you down. And you would have to just block anyway. So at the end of the day, the best thing is just to find a way to land safely. Yeah, once again, anytime you see this move, I really like just dash guarding. Just because like she has to jump. Like her safest thing that she could do after that 214A is like jump back sonic boom. But even then, like FCL handles that really well. I'll show you something funny real quick, because this is something that other FCL players will not show you, and it's often overlooked. Like, I mean, well, there's a lot that people will not show you. They haven't really, like, explored the character to that extreme. So you see, like, you can just press 5B, and you see even if I got hit, I didn't get counter hit. So what you could do with 5B, at a close range, you could use charge 5C. I guess I need to be even closer, huh? So since like you're counter poking something like Satsuki's 2C from mad far, well, you could also do this, but that might be too big of a read. The 5B is generally going to be safe, right? Because if you do it, like say like I just do it, Like, that wasn't a big threat. Whatever. You could even guard. But what you want to do is buffer. See, like, that was really far. You could confirm with Flicker IAD at a super far range, and like, this is kind of advanced stuff, but at a super far range, like, you can confirm with this. Like, generally, like, against characters like Satsuki, you might want to, like, occasionally, like, because you're going to be doing, like, Flicker, 5B. You could also jump to C this. Over here, you're going to be doing this. So you're going to want to practice some of these movements like this. So like I said earlier, anytime you wanted to do this in neutral, just do this. And general basic movement. I'm going to go over a general basic movement real quick. So in neutral, like, you did this, you could do this. Keep yourself kind of safe. Like, if this kind of a spacing happens, I think it's okay to do occasional super jump forward A. Like, I don't think it's necessary, because you could either do, but like, say you do the super jump A. You do super jump A, jump 7B, super jump A, ID back jump B, super jump A, double jump 8, 4B. Of course, you could add other stuff to it. You know, you could do this. You could do this. But generally, like, jump B is the best. The other FCL from Europe, Brick, has really showed the power of jump B. Jump B is definitely her best air button, period. But yeah, so full screen, key dash. If you have the meter, like I said earlier, and then you do the jump A link, whatever. Your other option would be dash 5A. So when you dash, or dash 2A, right? Because your dash, like, you see the dash momentum. If you press nothing, she dashes that whole length, right? But if you press, like, dash 2A, you can kill the momentum. So what you could do, you dash 2A, put out a flicker. Dash 2A, throw keys. Dash 2A, just scout the situation. Wait for, like, a crazy jump or something. Let me see what random recordings I have of Satsuki. Okay, that's probably some pressure situation. I don't know why I have that recorded. Yeah, Sonic. So I'll show the clash, right? Like, you don't hit her, but what you could do, that's why in general you want to just do safe movements, because you don't want to, like, if you do something like this, you might just run into her and die. See what else I got. Yeah, slide. Slide is also one of these, you know? Whatever, dude. Get fucking footsied. Like I said, like, people don't know about the power of 5B. Look how good this shit is. It's super active. And, like, if you fuck up, you don't even get counter hit. Yeah, let me just show a basic, like, yeah, this is gonna fucking work every time, dude. So the thing you do is this. So it's all like spacing shit, right? 4B works at other spacing. So let me show the spacing. Like it's like here-ish. You do 4B and you do it immediately into 236B, just to account for variables, because you can like do it and then get a big, like fucking juicy counter hit combo, but it's not worth it because they could double jump or like get away from it. So you do the follow up. Oh, I just mashed it there. Whatever. You do the follow up immediately, just to account for variables. The same reason why we do. 4C after charge 5C. Alright, I'll go back to the match real quick. Oh, I forgot to show jump B. So in that same situation, jump 7B, instant jump 7B will absolutely kill her as well. I could probably do this in like 2 parts because I don't want to like go like too overboard with information. So here, if you do A key, you still have a double jump. So if you jump 2 and 4A, you could jump afterwards. You still have air options. If you happen to find yourself in a spot where you use jump 2 and 4A and you wasted all your air options, you can still do a falling shield, which, you know, it kind of blows. But you gotta cover yourself. Still would have died though. But generally, always remember that jump 2 and 4A means you could still double jump. Yeah. Once again, you could bunker this. You could bunker that for free. Well, for 50 meter. He needs to space it better. He's not doing it probably because not many people present the bunker option, but also like you're not countering it, so he has no reason to not use it. Yeah, that kind of key is okay because it's like a knockdown, but I would just run pressure. Yeah, again, ID back instead of backdash. Possible guard break spot. Another possible guard break spot there. 5A 4C. Ooh, another charge 5C spot right there. Yeah, dude. Double jump air dash is free. Because he can't bait the 5C anymore. He actually cannot bait it anymore. If you do 5C, he will absolutely die. So if he did like an air dash and then you did 5C and he double jumped, then yeah, he could bait it. But you'd probably recover and still be okay. But because he used all of his air options, he's a sitting duck right now. This should be clapped up. Yeah, good counter poke, but make sure anytime you counter poke to like counter poke with a purpose. So like make sure you could try to like buffer into another button to try and confirm. Yeah. Yeah, don't use you don't want to use the 2 and 4B keys in the air too often because they just leave you a sitting duck to fall to the ground. We could probably go over meter management another time, because like you don't necessarily like want to always go into max. Like going into max for CL can be okay because she could use the max pretty effectively, but you generally, when you're near the max threshold, you probably want to look to dump some meter, and I will go over that another time. But yeah, you want to like dump it so you could go, because then you'll be near like 200 rather than going into max and then exiting at 100. But yeah, I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think it's something you need to like super focus on right now. So we could go over that another time. Yeah. If you're in a 2B, make sure to buffer it into 236B. Yeah, and in general, Abare 2B is not good. So Abare 2B is bad because it has a lot of recovery frames. So like even though it's a good poke on its own, it's not a good mash poke or a scramble poke. Like there's too much recovery. It's too liable to get hit with like an IED or something. So in those kinds of spots, you just press 5B. The logic is that if they put out a poke, they will probably get counter hit. If you whiff, the recovery is very small, so you still be able to guard. Good key. See here, instead of doing what you did, you should have just claimed the ground. So you made him guard the key, right? He could have air dashed at you right now. So he still had an air option left. If he air dashed at you, you could have anti-aired. Since he decided to fall back, your dash is fine. So what you should have did on the dash was what I showed earlier, like dash 2A and wait. Because he immediately took to the sky, which meant that he might have done another double jump air dash at you or something. You could have anti-aired him. He saw you flying to the sky, and he chose to be like, okay, I need to anti-air him. So he's thinking defensively now because you chose an aggressive stance. So he went with the Sonic, which is pretty safe. And it was. Like, he was able to guard even though he whiffed. So he's pressing these 5Cs. It's good Satsuki poke. What you should be doing is flicker. Be flicker. Keep doing it, bro. Fuck it. Do it again. Yeah, just fucking do it again. And another thing is when they're doing some shit like this, just like, you could dash 2B. Because the one thing I noticed is he's not blocking low. He's just walking around, not protecting his feet at all. So a dash 2B, like at tip range, like say like, let me go back like a little bit. Right here, as he's walking backwards, dash and pressure 2B, like right here. Clip his legs, go into flicker. You'll see that a lot in my sets against Satsuki. Like, I'm putting this bitch in a wheelchair. Like, you have to really, like a lot of, like, Melty Blood players, anime players in general, like, don't understand the concept of a ground game. So, dash 2B puts in a lot of work for no reason. Yep. Yeah, do the follow-up. Please do the follow-up, because he could have like killed you there for not doing the 2-4C follow-up. Yeah, you probably wanted 5C. Yeah, now you have to watch your feet too. Don't be you're the ground game character, right? Like, whatever they say, oh yeah, this game is all in the air neutral. Like, and yeah, FCL does play in the air as well. But you're the one that should be clipping their legs, not the other way around. So like I showed earlier, 5B, jump 2C. 5B or jump 2C would have blown this up. And he dashed in so far, too. Like, he didn't space the 2C that well. Yeah, you could flash kick that, because that's not a safe jump. 2-2B. A lot of times when you see Satsukis do like air dodge into air dash, unless they've really practiced their safe jumps, like that one was clearly not a safe jump. But again, that's something you'll recognize with time and experience. Like you said, this is the first time you fought the character. Yeah, cheap ass mix up. Welcome to Multi Blood. Enjoy your stay. Yeah, remember the some of the movement stuff I was going over earlier. You could try to look into it. Try to practice it all in training mode. I can send you an old movement regimen I used to use when I first was learning the character, just to help ingrain certain concepts into my head for how to move with her in neutral. Wow, he really did that. Like, come on. Alright, I'll go over like one more match, and then maybe I could go over the rest another time. Because I don't like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. and I'll send you a couple of clips. I'll send you all of CL's IHable moves. Yes! Yes! That's what I'm fucking talking about. So, come on. Good shit. Yeah, just remember to jump A. So you gotta get used to these confirms. You could set up... What you could do is set up 2 dummies to both jump at you, and have one do like a deeper jump in or something so they could land and guard, and then have one do a higher jump in so you'll hit them for sure airborne. So you could practice the 4C confirm. So 4C against airborne opponent, like after charge 5C you let go, you do 4C. If you see they're airborne, you do jump A, and you do a couple of repeated jump A's until you can confirm the height properly to do jump BC 2-2B. And if you do charge 5C, 4C, and they're on the ground, you will confirm into B flicker. So if you get a hit on the ground, B flicker, IAD, etc. If they guard on the ground, B flicker is +2, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, try to set that up in training mode. Yeah, this is another guard break, possible guard break spot here. Like I don't recommend this kind of an aggressive chase, because he could have forward air teched, he could have neutral air teched and jumped or whatever. Like when they tech, there is some period of invul, so aggressively chasing is not necessary, especially with FCL. Like you could like stay back, just claim some ground, make sure they don't tech over your head or whatever. Just make sure the positioning is more important than anything. So like forcing them back to the corner is more important than like trying to gamble and score a hit. Especially with the way movement works in this game. Like he could tech super jump forward, he could tech air dash back, like he could do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, if you do find yourself putting people in this kind of situation, (5A 4C), you could get a potential guard break. Yeah, I'll go back 1 second. So he does the 2 and 4A, and look what he does. Remember what I told you? You could just dash forward. Oh no, where did I go in the video? I skipped backwards. Whoops. Whoops, I got lost. I don't know where I went. Was it like right here actually? Kind of looks familiar. So his pressure is pretty good too. Like, I like his pressure with H Satsuki, because he doesn't always like commit to like 3C stuff into special cancels. He like does a lot of rebeats. It makes the pressure hard to read and hard to like get out of. So like don't be discouraged by like getting hit or whatever. It's okay. Like the stuff he's doing is pretty good. Good flicker. But don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid. Like after your B flicker, you're +2. So like after you do it, you could try a low flicker. You could try 623A to make sure they don't fucking move. You could do B flicker twice, but B flicker twice might be risky against Satsuki. That's right here, because she could try 2C. So A flicker is fine. 623A is fine. And eventually, like once you start doing stuff like that, people will start to respect B flicker, because it is +2. What the opponent can do after B flicker is just try to backdash. But most players don't really present that option much. Yeah, Abare charge 5C. It is good against some characters, but Satsuki generally runs in with lows. And you will find out that lows will destroy your charge 5C. Yeah, so you escaped, but you backdashed after. Again, the backdashes are getting you hurt a lot. It's a lot of like little fundamental stuff. Give me a second. Let me check real quick if I have any notes from other players. This is the same clip. Yeah, this is probably the same clip. Yeah, I talked about this already. So I showed this to one of my friends who is also FCL player, probably the best FCL player in the history of the game. And he was giving me some interesting tips for you, and it was pretty encouraging stuff actually. He's like, yeah, he's got some work to do, but I think he can cause some problems for certain people in a couple of months. Like, and let's see what clip he's gonna bring up right here. Yeah, this one earlier. This is the perfect charge 5C spot. He brought up the same spot. So after the 2-2C here, he mentioned that 5A4C could work in a spot like this, but there are obvious counters because he could, it would lose to like variations of air tech double jump. 5A5C might be okay too, but it's okay. Generally, like when someone air techs this low to the ground, it should be your turn because they're just trying to tech safely. You could press like a 5A or something. Of course, it's character dependent. Like if you're fighting Scrot Vermilion or something, he might do a late neutral air tech into an air DP, which is safe for his character to an extent because I don't want to go into that. To an extent. But yeah, like dude, like believe me, like you're going to be fine. You just gotta like get used to FCL's different spacings. Get used to all of the different ways she could anti-air. How to properly play aggressively with her. Like the dash 2B is important. Spacing for flicker, spacing for keys, spacing for A key. Getting used to your air mobility. Learning how to use full moon as well is going to be important. I'm going to send you a clip of her IHable moves. Let me see if I can find any of this stuff. Real quick. I have so many videos on this character. Movement stuff. Let me see if I search real quick. I can try to show. Okay. I'll show this clip right now. Wow, that looks really tiny on the screen, alright? So these are all of her IHable moves. So first, flicker IH. So if you really just need to get your life back and you want to do it quickly and safely, flicker IH. You could also, alright, B flicker as well. Even C flicker so happens that you use that. 2 and 4C. So again, if you do, like say you're like full screenish and you're in max and you want your health back, 2 and 4B, 2 and 4C, hold forward and double tap ABC, you'll get IH dash forward. So you'll have keys flying out and you'll be moving forward. It's pretty good. Yeah, that was the example. 623A is also IHable. So yeah, you could imagine some possible uses. 623B is also IHable. There is a setup where that is good. I will show that to you down the line. We got to see how far you survive with this character. Jump 236A, IHable. Yep. Just showing movement possibilities. So jump 22A is IHable as well, but the window for it kind of sucks. jump 2-2B. So here's a combo. Oh, yeah, that was the one I was talking about earlier. So you could IH after your air throw, and you could see the inputs on the screen. I'll send you this video so you can look at it closer. Shield into IH is a full moon thing. It's something people forget about a lot of times, but you could do that. Actually, I'll just send that to you. So this is just like a basic introduction video, I guess. Like, I don't want to go too far. Probably next time I'll just do a text video. Or not a video. I'll just do a flow feedback to like go over your set. So I could go like beginning, middle, end. So maybe for the rest of the set, I'll do a flow feedback. And I'll get back to you. And I'll probably send you some more stuff too. But I think you'll be fine. Just get used to your spacings, practice some movement options. And I think like based on what I'm seeing, like you can be good with this character. You just have to give it a chance and try and not listen to a lot of this advice that people are giving you, because they have no idea what they're talking about. And a lot of them are really good players too, and players that I respect, but I don't think they have the proper knowledge on the character to be saying what they are saying. And you can tell them I said that too if someone like tells you anything. Like, it's fine. Like, dude, ask people for advice, but definitely take it with a grain of salt, and then maybe like ask me, like send it my way so I could see what's going on. Because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation being spread about this character, and it leads to a lot of people just not playing her, which I find really unfortunate. So like in the entirety of the West, like barely anyone's playing this character. And I really do believe it's because they don't understand how to use the character's toolkit properly in the context of Melty Blood. As they assume Melty Blood is one thing, but in reality it can be many different things. And FCL is definitely like the antithesis of what like your typical Melty Blood is. Like, she is almost a Street Fighter character in a fucking anime game. And yeah, like, I'm not telling you you have to just stay on the ground 100% of the fucking time. But believe me, like, her best tools are like the mid-range. Flicker. Over here, B key to C key. Full screen, A key. Dash 2B. I have yet to mention a jumping move. Like, you can IAD in, sure. IAD jump B, IAD jump 2C. IAD back jump B is good for repositioning. Jump 7B to watch for like random movement, and also it's a safe way to reposition. You have no landing recovery. Rising jump A, double jump 8-4, so you could drift backwards. Jump A, IAD back jump B, safe stuff. I'll send you a movement thing. Alright, I'm going to stop the video because it's going to get too long.